So today this is going to be a different type of video, and it's a video that I thought when I first made the channel, before I even made this channel and like got into doing tutorials and things, this is something that's been on my mind. Today we're going to talk about online beat selling. I'm going to give not too many disclaimers or nothing like that. I'm going to just give you a little bit of background. You know, as far as me, I've been in the producer community since at least 2000. I was on rapmusic.com. I've been selling beats online somewhere between 08 and 09. I sold my first beat somewhere around like 06, 07. And I stopped in something like 2019. With that being said, you know, I'm very knowledgeable and very experienced when it comes to this. Now, the one thing I'm not going to sell you on is that I'm the $100,000 man, that I was just bringing in the money and stuff like that. I made some good money, you know, but I'm never going to tell you that I was just that guy. With that being said, let's move forward. The first thing I'm going to talk about is just the state of the game. All of this is pertaining to selling beats online, not selling beats in person. The thing about the game, it is extremely saturated. When you get into online beat selling, what is going on? The typical model people have is selling type beats through YouTube because that is proven to be the most effective. What is the proof that it's proven to be the most effective? When you look at a top producer, somebody that's on the top charts, the majority of them have a YouTube type beats channel with a lot of motion. They got like, you know, 30,000 subscribers, 100,000, and just videos with like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. For you to really make this work, you have to play the YouTube game. If you do YouTube, I'm just going to tell you there, if you search NBA Youngboy type beat, which was the niche I was in when I was selling beats in my last days of selling beats online, there were something like 30 videos. There were 30 something videos uploaded a day. You got to compete with that. But then on top of that, you have to compete with the amount of views some of these people are getting in a day. The whole thing is fighting for rank in the search. That's the game. But how do you stand out and compete with them? Well, this is the thing about that. You know, when you are making a type beat, the type beat has the sound almost identical to what the rapper would rap over. You're not the only person with that idea. There are a bunch of other people making extremely similar beats to you. You just blending in, really. What you are selling is a commodity. When you are selling a commodity, people are gonna go with what's most convenient and what's in their face. When you look at something like an NBA Youngboy type beat, if we're talking 10 of 10, the beat is a 10 of 10, or even if it's an 8 of 10, and it's the #1 beat on the search, that's going to be the most bought beat 9 times out of 10. Even if it's in the top 5, it has the potential to be the most bought beat. If your beat is not in the top 10 of that search, you're just not going to get it. We'll do another example. Vaseline. You got the brand Vaseline that sells petroleum jelly. They are the #1 brand. So when people think of petroleum jelly, they're just going to go to Vaseline. Why even waste time going and looking for a different Vaseline when they're the #1 Vaseline? But then you look at, like, you know, even a generic brand. How does a generic brand get sold? Well, it has to be placed #1 right next to the Vaseline. It has to be cheaper. And then on top of that, it still has to be on the shelf in the store. If you make Vaseline and you can't get it into that store, then it's a wrap. So that you could compare that to the search. So again, when we look at the scope of everything that I just laid out, the question is, how do you break through, stand out? And that's the issue. It's extremely hard. It is extremely hard to break through selling a commodity in an oversaturated industry, which, you know, when I see this stuff, like I seen a dude on Twitter who said he got like 50,000 views or something like that. Not one sale, but he went and Shazammed his beat and like 11 results came up. People can get your product for free. So that's another roadblock to get over. Now, before we continue, and I'm not trying to discourage you from selling beats online because there are people who make money selling beats online. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about the people making money online and the advice is given for selling beats online. You run into this crazy obstacle that I mentioned as far as how the game is set up. How do you get around that shit? Well, the smart thing to do would be to go and seek advice on how to get around it. Now, I'm going to go into the first thing, which is the truth. The truth is the majority of people making the majority of the money, big sums and shit like that, they are radio silent. They're not saying shit. They get their money and they log off. They get their money, they log off, they shut up, zip shut. They're not saying nothing. You then have very few. And when I say very few, I mean like if you were really to look at it right now, you could probably find less than 10 people out of 100, 200 that are really hitting those top charts, making a lot of money, that will give a lane to give some game. They may get on YouTube and give the game. They may, offer consultations and things like that. This is the issue with that. The people who are actually successful that offer a lane are not going to give you the real. They're not going to give you the real. They know the real, and what they're going to tell you is stay consistent, keep working hard. Have you uploaded 100 beats yet? That's what they're going to tell you. If you just getting into this stuff, if you haven't put in any years, you can't expect anything. Like, I'm going to just keep it real. That's just my whole first year. And this is before the saturation. My whole first year selling beats, I didn't make one dime, one transaction. Second year came in, I learned a marketing tactic. That got me my first sale. So that marketing tactic led me to getting sales. But yeah, as far as them, they're not going to give you the real sauce. They're going to tell you some bullshit. They're going to sell you the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trust in the heart of the cards bullshit. Now we get to the last category of people. So we've talked about all the people who are successful with this shit in reality. Now we get to the people who are the charlatans. And the thing about the internet is there are a lot of charlatans when it comes to talking about getting money. If you know anything about e-commerce, CoffeeZilla, Spencer Cornelius, or any of that, there's nothing like that for beat selling. There's nothing like that for beat selling, and it's been going on since the inception of selling beats online. It's been going on since the inception of selling beats online. People who have never hit the top charts, people who have never, not one time, hit the top charts, people who are not active selling beats. They are not like you can't find a page for them selling beats. Will sell you a course. Will sell you a course on how to sell beats for hundreds of dollars, $50, whatever it is. It's a money grab. Put those people to the side. There are people flat out scamming, man. I remember when I didn't have this type of platform on Instagram, they were selling a course that they were advertising, and they put up fake BeatStars transactions. They put up fake BeatStars. They scribbled some shit out, but there was enough for me to figure out what producer it was connected to. And I'm like, let me dig deeper. So I go, and the person who it's a screenshot of, I contact them. I contact the producer. I ask him if he's selling a how to sell beats course. No. They stole this man's screenshot to sell a beat making course. People are getting licked every day when it comes to this shit. And it's been that way again since its inception. So boom, that brings us to part 3, which is the last part, which is, well, aren't people selling beats anyway? Like, how do you, somebody's breaking through. The money's there. So there should be money for me to get there, right? Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Like, if somebody else can do it, I can do it. And you can. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not going to tell you can't, because what you're saying is right. If somebody else can do it, why can't you? I'm going to tell you why you can't do it, because you don't got the fucking sauce and nobody's going to give it to you. You're going to have to find your own way. I'm not going to get into how to find that own way, but I'm going to talk about the sauce, the shit nobody talks about. I'm going to give you the real. So when it comes to how this shit works, the game goes public as far as the tactics when the tactics don't work. That's what it is. So I'll give you an example. So let's go back in time to the SoundClick era. I was selling beats on SoundClick. I'm just trying to do all this marketing stuff. I'm trying to do everything clean. SoundClick dies somewhere between 2014 and 2016. After SoundClick is long dead, it comes out that a lot of people were going to beat brokers which was a website back then, and buying plays for SoundClick, because the way that you used to get to the top was by having the most plays. Some of the biggest people on that platform have talked about it. After SoundClick got hip to that, they pretty much cut that off and you had to buy the most promotion. That's how they flipped the game on its head. So by the time you get that information, even if you want to go back to SoundClick, the game don't work no more. It's over. It's over. Now, that's one of the best examples I can give. So just imagine, you are a guy who is putting out at least 2 beats a week, if not 3, if not 5. You're really grinding. You're really trying to get better at your craft. You're really talking to the customers that you do have. You're really doing it the right way. But no matter what you do, you were never going to hit the heights that the majority of people were hitting because they were cheating the system. Bruh, if cats got millions of plays, you not fucking with me. Like, you just not fucking with it, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, you could try and like shit on me, whatever type. Like, bro, you're not fucking with that. Organically, you're not fucking with that. I need you to understand, you're not fucking with a cheater organically. You're not. You're not. You're not. Do I gotta say that shit again? Like, you're not fucking with a cheater organically, dog. You're not. So let's get past that. I'm not going to get into too much of the YouTube stuff, but I will say this. There were people who, if you type in a certain artist's name, every video on that search is their video. So you ask yourself how they achieved that. Well, there's always somebody who is a pioneer that's going to have one moment of just keeping it too real, and it's going to be public. And then in most cases, it's erased from like just the memory of everything. A moment like that happened between 2 people who are industry producers now. I'm not going to say no names because, again, I'm not here for the controversy, but just, you know, I seen it. I'm going to go back a little bit. Remember when I said the other people who were like the top dogs, they'll give you some bullshit? Somebody close to that guy. I bought a consultation with him. I was asking him how to, you know, I spent $200. I was asking him how to make my shit boom. That was not on the list of shit that he said, even though I can almost guarantee you that's one of the key points of how he got in the position he was in. But for whatever reason, cats hold on to the game. So first off, if you brand new, booty butt new to this shit, don't even like, just take your shot at selling beats, dog. Take your shot. Because you probably really can break through. You probably really can get some sauce, all that shit. If you've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years, if you've been putting in the work and you've been grinding and stuff like that, like I said earlier, you're going to have to find your own way because you can pay niggas. You can, I don't even use that word on the channel. You could pay, but they not going to give you the sauce. Whatever the sauce is now, I don't know. I'm detached. I purposefully detach myself. I'll tell you something I seen, dog. I'm gonna tell you something I seen that was so crazy. I was on the BeatStars probably 3-4 years ago, man. I seen a dude who was a big internet producer. He had just disappeared. He kind of faded away. This cat had 7 of the top 10 spots on the BeatStars charts, and I think they was updating it every day at that point, and he just faded into the abyss after like that day or like that week, whatever it was. He was nowhere. I scrolled all the way to like the 300s. He was not on there no more because whatever he did, he found a way to rig the system. The shit wasn't real, bro. It was the Matrix. It was some, yo, when you see somebody with 1 million views on a YouTube video as well, that's bullshit. As far as like one of them beats, bro, that's bullshit. We not gonna go deep. I know somebody go, oh man, no. See, now he's just hating. Like, no, bro, I know the metrics, bro. Like, I know how this shit works. I've been on this platform for over 10 years, bro. Hopefully I got everything off my chest and I don't have to make this video again. And this is just it. I'm just giving, like, see, the thing about this channel is I'm a genuine dude, but I'm just saying I'm a genuine dude and I'm really here to help. And this is something that, you know, has been sitting heavy on my conscience for years. And I feel like this is something that nobody wants to talk about. Every time it comes up, people want to bullshit and like fucking try and down talk the person saying it, try and discredit them, or just try and kill the narrative when it's the reality. All that being said, I should be cool from here. If you sell beats online, I'm not encouraging you to stop. I'm not saying you can't win. It's new producers. I'm gonna keep it real. I still pay attention a little bit. It's a cycle of new producers having the juice every few years. You could be one of those guys. You could come out on top and you could be one of those guys. But I'm gonna tell you, you could do your networking. You could talk to these people, but just don't expect these cats to give you the sauce. Find your own sauce. I don't know how you gonna find it. And hey, man, when you find it, hold it near and dear to your heart, because that's what all of these niggas do. So with that being said, I will be back with more tutorials. I'll probably do more commentary videos in the future and stuff like that, but I just had to get this off. Let me know what you think. I'm out.